DigiTripGaming, and I'm going to have a quick look at a game that's caught my attention. It's called Rebel Galaxy. It's what looks like an indie PC game that's thankfully made it over to PS4. I'd love for more games like this to come across. I know they're not as popular as your Call of Duties, etc. But I think there's because indie game and there's only small budgets involved, you don't really have to sell as many. But I'm just really glad that games like this are coming across to PS4. But anyway, it's looks a lot like Elite, which is an old game that I used to play basically on the Amiga. And of course there's the newer one on the PC that sort of I think is coming to consoles as well. But I was reading in some forums and there's some people having quite a lot of problem with the battles. Now I've not played this very long at all. Anybody that's played it will probably see by the ship I'm using that this is it's not the starting ship, but it's sort of one above. But anyway, because I've played games like this before, I sort of might look at the tactics a little bit. Anybody want to join in the comments? Say no doubt I'll get things wrong. But the first thing to remember is it's not a fighter. We're not playing fighter battles here. They're basically capital ships. And if you played Black Flag 4, here we go, Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag, you'll be totally aware of broadsides. And that's basically what these battles come down to. I'll just have a quick look at my ship. See, this one's that's the broadside weapons. Those are the ones that you'll be firing at over capital ships. Extreme ranges. They're pretty good broadside weapons actually. Mark II proton cannon. The damage on the ones that I upgraded from were pretty bad. Flat cannons, because I was totally getting trounced by fighters. Now what you do is when the fighters come in and start really knocking the shit out of you, you just on the PS4 it's all square and the flat cannons will start in and hopefully take out the fighters. Very good bit of kit if you can afford it. So it's likely, you know, you can trade, you can pirate, if you can use pirate as a verb. I'm going to go out and pirate, I suppose so. You know, you can be a bounty hunter. It's a very, very interesting game, and I'm very excited that it's come to PS4. Alpha turret. Now these they tend to be longer range, and you can switch between these. I think you click up on the direction pad, and these are sort of like the lasers, etc. They're nowhere near as powerful as your broadsides. I've got I added a mining laser, which is something I might, if the interest is high enough, is go into later. It's one of the things you can do to earn money. I'm not sure. I think that might actually join in when you fire the whole turret, but you can also switch to just the mining laser for taking out asteroids and tractor beaming anything in that you find. But anyway, we're sticking more to the that does join in, yeah. It's very short range, but penetrates shields quite well. So it is part of the battle, but you can switch it to. But that's probably another. I'm not going to say tutorial. I don't know a great. You know, I'm no expert on this game. I've barely started myself, but I just thought I'd have a look at the battles, which is very interesting. They're very strategic especially when you come up against more than one enemy. So yeah, I've got. I'm not too badly off. Now you can see that's my turrets starting up. You've got what you've got at the bottom left is your shields. So if you just take a quick look at the shields, let me just get away from this guy a bit. What you should be doing is totally looking at the shields all the time. I'll just pause it there. You saw the shields. It was a circle. Can we get it so that there we go? We've still got the shields up, and that pauses it as well. So you can see the circle. The front shield's always at the top, back shield's always at the bottom. Then left and right is in in this perspective. So if you're facing the camera, you've got to remember that your left shields are actually on the right hand side of the ship. If your ship's facing you, you'll get the hang of it. So the main thing is, if your port, starboard, rear, front shields have gone down, which your computer voice will tell you, what you want to do then is show the opposite side of the ship to the enemy. So it's quite strategic. You don't want to be in the middle of multiple enemies, because then obviously you can't put your strong side towards it. But I've found that I've only really been destroyed once, and I was doing quite well. I think I got rid of something like 4 enemies, and then there was just a really high, I'm not going to say level enemy, because it wasn't, they don't really come in levels. He just got a really good ship, so I suppose you could call it high level. But anyway, if you just go to that pulse, I've just nearly crashed into into an asteroid. Now the pulse, that gives you a good idea what's in the area. The grey things, the grey triangles, I believe that they're the mineable things. What you're really interested in a battle is the red triangles and the blue triangles. Blue triangles, allies or neutral ships that won't attack you. Red triangles are the enemy. So yeah, what I've done so far is kept my distance. It's not really a hard battle, this one. And saying that, I'm probably about to lose it. So what you want to be doing, you can sort of, as you're going into the enemy, use the turrets for the higher range, weaken them a little bit, and then what you want to be doing is showing your sides of the ship to the enemy and switching to your broadsides, which you do by using direction pad. So that's ions. We can just fire the turrets for a bit more range. The real damage is the broadsides. So you hang on. Yeah. So what happened there? He launched what appeared to be a little fighter or a tug or a torpedo boat or something like that. Now I've got the flat cannon, which I showed you earlier. As soon as you get that, you want to hold square in, the square button in. You'll get there we go, look, that's the flat cannon. That should get rid of, because the fighters are actually, although they obviously haven't got much health wise, they do some real damage. See the tugboat there? Let's see if we can get a broadside on the damn thing, because it seems to be, it's not actually, there we go, we've got a broadside. Port shields down. Now that's excellent. I meant to do that. No, I didn't really. But yeah, port shields. So we're talking left hand side of the ship. The ship side now closest to the camera. The shields are now gone on that. So what you want to do is show the what you call starboard side, right side, to the enemy, and carry on. If you're against the capital ship, with the broadside attack. So we're keeping the outer ring has gone, that's the shield's gone. We're keeping that side away from the enemy. The inner ring, that is the hull plating. You really don't want that to go. Then you start getting damage to your internal things like well, everything inside the ship, your engines, weapon, etc. So what we're going to do is we're turning right. I'm going to show that starboard side to the enemy, and then we're going to try a broadside against this enemy, because it's pissing us off now. Let's fire that. That's the broadside.
Missiles inbound.
Missiles inbound. Right button. Right bumper. If you get a missiles inbound, what I've got on the, I'll just show you what I've got on my ship, and hopefully you'll be able to see. We've got damage. We're not too bad. We've got starboard manoeuvring jets, 1%, hull plating 1%, not too bad. Alpha turret control. Like I said, this is not a hard battle. I've been in much worse, and probably post some of the better ones up as I come across them. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, defences. What I've got is a Mark 1 deflector, which is not really that good because you don't get that much time. It drains in 20 seconds fully. Damage capacities, I think that's the amount of damage total it'll absorb, or that could be per shot. No, that's probably going to be total, I would imagine. Anybody knows different, you know, comment as usual. Yeah, so we've got deflectors. Now what you do is, the missiles are pretty hard to sort of, well, you can't dodge them, and the lasers do try to take them out. But what you're actually better off doing is getting the deflector and then just holding on the PS4 pad, it's R1, the right bumper. So when you get a missile coming in, just hold R1, that's the disruptor, and that will absorb, if not all the damage, it'll absorb, you know, the main bit. So that's that. What we need to do is carry on with the broadsides with this. I'm doing it very obviously. This is still got the right hand side towards the enemy, which is my side with the. There we go. He's gone, and we've got a tractor beam, so we'll just slow it down a little bit. I think that's all the enemy gone. Just a quick pulse will probably tell us. Yeah, all that. We've got his stuff as well. So what I was, oh, there's some detected hostiles. Is that what the pulse that just detected that? Proximity warning. Yeah, we're not too worried. So that was just, I mean, the two hostiles are probably part of the same battle, to be honest. But if you can pull one away and take him on singularly, all the better. Bio waste. Now I picked some of that up and got in trouble for it because, you know, it's apparently frowned upon to pick up other people's bio waste. I don't know what's in that, to be honest. It could be anything. So we've just gone to a full start. I don't think they're actually coming towards me. So they weren't part of the battle. They were too far away. That's where I was supposed to be heading. I was going to check out this transponder. But that is the quick basics of how to do a battle, mate. I mean, you can tell it's not a fighter ship. There's a little bit of damage. If you look just to the side, I suppose that's going to be the bridge. But you can see it's not a fighter. It's not a fighter at all. We're talking capital ships, frigates, and I'm totally loving the game. It's something different. I wouldn't expect it so much on consoles, but I'm totally glad it's come. That is basically how to battle. Now there's lots of strategy involved. If there's more than one enemy, which I've come across, I had about 6 enemies at one point, which were 6 capital ships basically. So what you really are, it's basically dancing and keeping. As soon as the forward shield goes down, you turn away from the enemy, maybe switch to turrets just to hold them off. That's the precision turrets. You can just fire them, just hold them off a little bit and head away from the enemy. Try and get that front shield up, then get your sides to them, aim, fire the broadsides. Maybe that left shield will go down, so then you switch round. Like, as I say, if you get surrounded, it's basically death to you. There is no way you can face your ship to save it. So that's something else to keep in mind when you're thinking battle strategies. But that is the basics. Anything you think you can add to it, always open to be corrected, you know, and better ideas. Please comment. Hope you found that at least a little bit useful. I can't think of anything else, at least at this basic level. I can't really think of anything else to go into. Obviously trading, I might cover trading later if there's enough interest in this video. There's lots of trading to be done. What else? There's you can be a pirate if you want. You can go about taking over, destroying trade vessels and taking the stuff and then selling them, and there's different factions. Looks very, very, very interesting. And like I said, I've not played that much myself, but it does look very interesting. Anyway, hope you found that interesting and useful. Hope if you're interested in the game and you've got it, let me know. be interesting to see how many people have got it as well. And thanks for watching. If you any comments, as per usual, either drop them in the comments section, or there's the Facebook page or Twitter, and I promise I'll get back to you if I see it. If I don't see it, send another one. Okay, thanks for watching. Take care. Bye bye.